cantik.
Audience semua okay, ready? Saya tak ready. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Iium Student Union President Forum, brought to you by Election Commission. Congratulations, Election Commission, for managing this kind of session. And I believe this event, conducted in association with the currently high-spirited, burning, controversial campaign election, and there are many participants here, audiences gathering to join our session, perhaps physically, and I hope in the live session also there are so many souls watching this event. Thank you, Election Commission, for conducting this event. And I am Muhammad Darwish bin Ruslan. Together with me,
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. I'm Amin Azim bin Kahudin. Okay, Darwish, I don't think this session should be called forum because we only have one panel and two moderators. It's quite weird when you say a forum with two moderators and one panel. So I think it's better like this.
Indeed, I believe you are always correct. Yeah. However, we go to the script. As scripted in the poster, we call it IIM Student Union Forum, in which usually in a forum we have speakers and guests. And I would like to establish here to all participants and audiences, we are not your guests today.
Yeah, we are here as the moderator.
Yeah, we are helping the coordinators to actually scrutinizing our main guest today, which is, as we all know, ladies and gentlemen, let us please introduce the, is it official? No, not that. But let me make it official. The new elected.
Who give you the power?
As of now. Perhaps we don't know. Maybe Election Commission will open again the nomination or not. But as of now,
Okay,
on paper, ideally and mathematically, the new president, the future president of IIM Student Union, tenure 24-25, give a big round of applause to Brother Ali Karimi, our main guest today, inshallah. So, Brother Ali, how are you? MashaAllah, brother. Welcome. Alhamdulillah, bil khair. You are wearing a very highlighting blue color today. Are you the next KG or?
There is no meanings behind this.
Yeah,
Hopefully so.
the most important thing is representing the culture of Malaysia.
yeah, with Baju Melayu.
And also the currently very exciting event in Malaysia, which is Hari Raya.
Yeah.
So you are also Raya attire, but I'm not
How about you?
that much because
You're working attire.
Yeah, but it's okay. So before we go to it, the discussion, Amin,
Yes.
let us first introduce and perhaps open the conversation by establishing why do we gather here, what we are going to talk about, what is the needs of this event.
Okay. Okay. So first of all, this is the sessions where before this, I believe that you guys, all of you guys, known about the presidential debates, where there's debate between presidential candidates. This year we doesn't have, we cannot have any debates because we only have one candidate. So I think unofficially one uncontested, because I think we need to wait until the real election day to be official lah, I guess. So today's session, I think, will be get to know with our future president. Okay, because Me myself, I'm still student. I need to know who is my president.
Yeah, indeed. And with all that reason, let us first
Yeah.
have some sort of introduction. I believe you acknowledge that all people know you already. But perhaps you can reintroduce yourself in terms of perhaps what are some little things that we might not know about you and you want to share as introduction. تفضل مأجورا.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Maybe a brief introduction of myself. So my name is Ali Karimi Nasri. You can call me Ali. And I'm from Kedah, say north of Malaysia. Currently, I'm third year student, majoring in Islamic finance, kuliah of economics and management sciences. So this is my kuliah lah. Welcome to my kuliah.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay.
It's hard to find this place actually.
Yeah.
It's quite confusing.
Right. And then I think one thing that actually I want to also let people know. Currently, I still serve the union as the officer of welfare. So I think that's all for me.
All right, officer of welfare right now. Okay, so you are officer of welfare with, I'm sure it's not you alone, right? Who is the other officers of welfare?
Oh, the other officer, Brother Iman.
Brother Iman. Okay. So, oh, you're also running for election and the brother next to you. Are you guys competing with each other? Okay, it's okay. So, Brother Ali, I think this is the first question for you from me. You are running for president, even though right now you are uncontested, but basically during you submit your nomination, your mindset is to fight for president, right? Okay, so what inspired you to run for president? Because right now you are welfare, so what inspired you to continue another term in IMSU and as the president? Okay, so because I cannot have my own view because I never run for any elections, even though I was the first president. But then we have facing
Some sort of shura.
shuro, yes, it's like a shuro, and also we are facing COVID and cannot have any election. So it should be the first IMSC election should be on the March of 2020, but on the March of 2020 itself, we experienced PKP, our MCO, so we cannot have elections. So I never faced any elections, being never contested in any elections. So me, I want to ask you, what inspired you to run for president?
Right. Basically, honestly speaking, I've never have any thought to rerun of election for election, especially this election. Because I think, yeah, welfare is more than I think kind of tiring as well. But then, yeah, I'm not saying like this is why you who I, but then I feel like it is some sort like sense of responsibility as well, because I have conversation with my friends also. I say it is kind of sad to leave union because we are serving the union for one term, one tenure, and then we know what the issue is going on, what's happening to the union. So I think if I just step back, okay, and say, okay, I'm finished my tenureship, so I'm done. So in other way, I feel that one sense that I might say kind of like I'm running from the responsibility because I know what's actually happened, what is the problems that happen inside of student union and outside that I need to fix it. So I think uh, at the first thought that actually I want to help behind the scene lah. And I'm also usually I'm not a person who used to be on the spot on the spotlight lah. Yeah, I'm on the ground person like oh I'm Ali, I'm officer, blah blah blah. I'm used to work underground, like behind the scene lah. But then when it comes to responsibility that actually I know, I might say because I also mingle many times with the central, with the current president, the treasurer, secretary. Sometimes I also met the advisor, so I know the issue that actually happened towards MSU lah. So I think that's it lah. That's it. Why I want to rerun again lah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I think give a big round of applause to the answer by Brother Ali. He ran for the presidency seat due to perhaps this reason, but not limited to others reason, which he had quoted the sense of responsibility and perhaps the sense of belonging to the union. And I believe the same reason is being upheld by everyone in this hall and perhaps those who are watching this event and this dialogue session due to our sense of belonging to the union, because we want to know about what our future president is going to say about our union. Thank you so much, Verali, for your enthusiasm.
Darwish, I like to quote one of his words actually just now. It's like being in the union for one term.
Yeah.
For him, set to leave the union. I think we can relate that because I understand it because even though you have stepped down from the office of president in 2022, you still follow up with the election issue, election matters, and when there are issues, we communicate with each other. So I think we can relate that because it's not easy for us to just leave the union behind.
Indeed, because I believe leadership in union, perhaps not only in IIUMSU, but in unionism at large, leadership in unionism is not only about position or about tenureship, but it's about choice that we make to compromise our struggle or any challenges just to take care of what we really take care of, which is in this particular situation, our union. Thank you so much, and that's why I said it's relatable not only to us, but everyone here, and thank you so much for attending this session, including those who are online in YouTube, TikTok, whatsoever media election commission has, and let us move forward. By that sense of belonging, I believe our discussion will be more deep in terms of first the presidents, future president, and next perhaps we are going to talk about more on this fundamental of IIUM student union. But before we go to that fundamental issues, I would like to add another question with regard to Brother Ali first, because let us know Brother Ali as much as possible before we understand his understanding about the fundamental. This is not important questions, but I want to ask, how does it feel to run the presidency seat in this election campaign unopposed? How does it feel?
Okay. So actually, I never expect that actually I will be uncontested. Because I also heard few names that actually would like to run as well.
So maybe you can share the names
Oh,
here.
cannot. This is cannot. This is only just.
Have you approached them why they didn't have?
I don't know.
Okay, without mentioning their names, is there any names that happen to be here today?
No.
No, man.
Yeah.
No, his name? Rudamit? He's a master, in
I know he's still student, but no. I didn't have that intention.
Alright, so continue.
So I think my idea was like if I have an opponent, so maybe kind of difficult lah because I'm not used to doing campaign because last election also I also won uncontested for welfare seat.
Oh, so this has become president in IIM for officers who made one is residency there. Yeah, no, not residency. Perhaps
In another way, yes, you might say this is rezeki lah. But in another way, I take the responsibility. It's kind of huge.
it's both rezeki and ujian,
Yeah.
and we call that takdir. So yeah, so you didn't plan it to won it uncontested, and you actually prepared to contest with few names for those who he mentioned without mentioning. Perhaps you are the person who will have the takdir to also take care of the unionism in IIUM, not only on the position, because we have many capacities, we have many positions we can offer to help the union in many ways.
Yeah, yet the union is not only limited to the officers actually.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone is part of the union. Everyone is responsible towards the union one way or another, whether as an officer or as a normal member. Actually, everyone is responsible towards the union itself.
If I may to add, actually, my idea is like if I run for election and then I have opponent, so meaning like if I win, meaning like I need to take care of the union lah, meaning like oh I have something to do with union, and then if I lost, meaning like I will give time to rest lah. So that's it lah. I mean, and then meaning I have two choices lah. If I win, so I need to do the job lah. If I lost, meaning like I can rest. So I pass the rest to Allah. So meaning like you can say a takdir as well, but then it's only one choice. Like I need to go with the jobs lah that I.
As of now, you have only that choice, and we don't call that choice. Right. So we appreciate your enthusiasm, and we pray the best for you to lead the union with the team that might contest. And we also have few candidates here. Give applause to Brother Ammar, Brother Iman, Brother Irfan, and Sister Auni for being present here. And I believe this shows your spirits, your sense of belonging, and your sense of responsibility towards the union. Contesting in the election already shows your sense of responsibility and sense of eagerness to contribute to the union. Thank you so much. And however, today we are not going to talk about you. So let us talk more about Brother Ali Karimi, your future president of IMC. Next question, Brother Ali. We know you are going to be the future president of IMSU, but perhaps we might not know what kind of leadership style you have in your soul. So perhaps you can share throughout the experiences. Perhaps you have been staff members and you are also the current officer of welfare in IAM Student Union. So through that experiences, what kind of leadership have shaped you all through? You can maybe share.
Okay. Oh, I might say this is kind of hard question. Okay, no risk. Okay, let me tell you a bit regarding my story lah, my experience. So back then I might say, I'm kind of a person, very introvert person lah during my school time, and I'm used to be, I say, the most unfamous person lah. I will be
unfamous person.
Yeah, unfamous one. I mean, like no one's going to feel to sense me that actually I'm here. So, but then when I was form 4, I think. So I think like, oh, I need to do something. I cannot be like this forever. So I start kind of late lah. Meaning like I exit the say, comfort zone. I force myself to exit comfort zone. So I might say it took about 10 years as well lah. Okay, now I'll review my age lah. Okay.
That's it. I'm shocked.
Okay. So I might say my process kind of different with other people, because maybe some people have, I would say they took few years or few months and then they easily shape themselves. But for me, I think kind of long time, was I might say 4 or 5 years not enough for me. And then I keep trying, even though I'm kind of nervous. I try the first thing that I try to exit the comfort zone with going with nominating myself to be syarahan, the speaker, some sort of that, the contesting for the syarahan. But then when I hold the paper, everyone sees me. I'm very nervous, yeah. I'm sorry. But then, yeah, kind of embraced. But then I think it's no one gonna remember this after 10 years. And then I keep growing. And then when I joined diploma, when I was in diploma, so I also involved in MDP, to leadership as well. The first year, I was in the ESCO of communication and also publication. And second year, I was the president. And then when I come to UAA, and first year when I joined, when I was joining student union, and first year I applied to be the staff member under OT treasurer because kind of relating to my study field.
ID or after? ID and yeah.
No,
After that.
after that.
I
I really love that, yeah. So I got rejected because I have no.
So Hairil, you rejected the future president of Iium student union, huh?
No, no. So I got rejected because I have no skills and so on. I have no knowledge regarding the unionism, blah blah blah. And then after second year, I know that actually there is a nomination phase to be the officer. So I was like, what's different between officers and some members? So I was like, actually I like to be busy with many things. So I was okay. I will join the union without any knowledge about unionism, without any knowledge regarding the student union, what student union, the structure of student union, and so on. I nominate myself as the officer of welfare, the candidate, and then I won uncontested. Alhamdulillah, I won uncontested. If I also say uh, oppose against with another candidate, maybe I will be lost like that.
So you say that if that time you have oppositions or the one to compete with, you might not be here today. Are you saying like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, through that, those experiences.
Yeah. Or maybe might say because last year, last tenure, this tenure before last election, I might say, after the election we have appointment phase lah. Meaning like we appoint the officer. You might say if I apply for the appointment, the kind of appointment of the officer, maybe I will not getting chosen as well lah.
All right, throughout the experiences, because I'm not yet get what your leadership style is, but throughout those experiences, if you can give one word that can describe your leadership style to to us and also to the audiences, what will that one word be?
To be sure, I'm not a dictator. I'm not a dictator lah.
Not dictator, lah. You are, what is the antonym of dictator?
Anyone knows?
I'm not sure. No.
Let it be, let it be as our future president of Iium Union is not a dictator. Dictator.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you so much. At least we know one of your styles and features. And now at least we know more about our future president. And perhaps,
Okay, I think I have a question with regards to the how, what kind of leadership.
all right, go.
Just a simple answer. So it's just, I think, an objective question. Are you the leader? Are you Darwish kind of leader? Muntasir kind of leader? Alif Naif kind of leader? Which one are you?
Why don't you include your name as well?
Okay lah, my name also.
Actually, I mix lah.
Wow.
Play safe.
Explain.
Yes, I'm mixed. Because I have this radical side. I also have the moderate side. And also have diplomatic side lah.
Alright. Okay. So
Let it be like that. We leave it as of here. This is the first phase. We all know already our future president of Iium Union. Do you have any question with regard to our future president's personal? We need to know because there just kidding. But we put aside about the commitments, but there is also part of aspects that perhaps the students might want to know. But let us call upon audiences and all of Iium Student Union stakeholders to look into Brother Ali Karimi's media social, I believe he will share more on about him on that platform, inshallah. So let us enter into the second phase of our dialogue. And but because there are some more people joining, I want to just establish that this is not actually a forum concept of dialogue, yeah, because we have one main guest and we are the moderators. So let us have some sort of keluar sekejap concept where we will discuss and have conversation, knowing about more on his views and visions with regard to the union.
Yeah. So, Darwish, I like when he talk about the idea of unionism. Yeah, that will lead us to a lot of our questions.
Really.
But before that,
We bring with us many documents related to unionism. So we really
almost 30 pages, more than 30 pages.
more than this document only 29. But we have most of copies, you know.
Yeah, we have a lot of soft copies with regards to documentation. But
Before that,
okay, before that, my question. Recently, it's not that long. I think it's March, if I'm not mistaken. IMSU been bombarded with an issue related to mass resignation. Okay, mass resignation of officers of IMSU. So I think it's more than six officers of IMSU resigned during almost the end of their tenure already, but still there's a lot.
it happens gradually and accumulatively.
But it's quite some number lah when we talk about the resignations. So, Brother Ali, are you part of that? Do you have that intention? No, that's not the question.
That's not the question.
That's not the question.
The question will be harder.
The question will be harder. Okay. So please think carefully before answering. So, what is your stance on the mass resignations of IMSU officers? That happened the past few months.
Okay, my stance. Wallahi, this is a very hard question. Okay, so what is my stand on the mass resignation of the officers in MSU? Actually, I think this is due to many factors lah. We cannot like put blames on a party or a person or whatsoever, because there is too many story behind that. So I think the resignation shouldn't be a problem as well. It's my stand up, because we don't know the situation that actually happened for the officers that actually resigned. Maybe about the workload, maybe regarding their mental health, conditions, and so on. And also maybe due to some people inside. So I might say there is no a clear factor or an exact factor. This is the only factor that actually contribute to the mass resignation of the officer. So my stand is like, it is the choice of the officer as well. I mean, like, if they want to resign, it's up to them lah. Meaning like they know themselves, their capabilities, maybe due to the family's issues, family matters, and so on. Also, maybe some affected with their studies, and then they prioritize their study more than the workload in union lah. So for me, if it happened during my tenure, so at least I need to know lah. Is there any other option? Is there any things that we can overcome that? Meaning that if there is the last option to be resigned, I mean to resign from the post, I think it is their choice. So I don't think that it is a problem. But then when few people, some parties, they are trying to politicize that kind of issue. So I think like people have the perception of this is we should put the blames on this guy or that guy, blah blah blah. So I think this is unfair lah. So I think that's my stance lah.
Okay, I think that's good, and knowing that your stance is like that, because I think actually it's not new. When we talk about resignation, even during my term, we have my term. We have during my term we have three phases. We have pro tem phase, caretaker phase, and yes, they all have their own justification, solid justification regarding mental health, regarding their studies, and so on and so forth. So I believe that I think it's for you, it will be your challenge on how to face in the future because the precedent is there where resignation is possible for any officers at any time. So it's a challenge for you on how to manage and how to overcome and also how to fill in the spot, the vacant spot for those officers that will be resigned. But hopefully in your term, during your term, there's no such mass resignation.
Yeah, but I believe in life and also including in the union, there will be thousands or tons of problems. And it's not about what's the problem or who made the problems, but it's about how we face the problem and we take it as challenges and how we move as a team, especially in this union, because it's union means unity. So whatever challenge that we might face in future with regard to the union should be demonstrated with the sense of solidarity of its members, its officers, and its stakeholders. So let's not comment too much on that because we have to focus on the next phase of this dialogue, which is the phase of understanding what Ali understand about the fundamental of the union.
So let's see how in depth Ali's understanding with regards to the union itself.
Yes.
I think it's some sort of like an exam for him, lah. Exam or like
You can take it as an exam, you can take it as a sharing session, you can take it as a chance for your members to understand you.
Yeah.
But I think Amir is going to give you more tough questions lah, because
So
that is Amir.
you mentioned just now with regards to the spirit of unionism. Okay.
First, let us have some sort of common understanding about the union first with Ali, with us, and the audiences. We know Iium Student Union is an independent body.
Yes.
Exists in Iium.
Yeah. Not in Iium.
Exists
in Malaysia because it's not
in
under IIM.
Malaysia and also exists in Iium.
Yeah.
Due to some contract we have made and entered into with Iium.
So when you talk about legally, IMSU is not appointed in university because it is registered under the Register of Societies, ROS. So it's like an NGO, non-government organization. So it's like any other organizations out there. So what binds the union and the university? So what binds the union and the university is currently is the memorandum of understanding. So it's just understanding, not any. We don't have any agreement with the university. So that's the
entered by Iium and the student union itself lah.
So that's the limit. But I think we go to So my question, based on your understanding, Ali, with regards to the union itself, with your experience, I think you are in what year? Third year. So throughout your 3 years, maybe 2.5 years lah, 2.5 years in IIM. So why IIMSU exists? Understood. That's why you stopped me. Yeah. Why IIMSU exists?
Okay. So why IIMSU exists? I think I've not been here during the establishment of IMSU. Meaning I joined university, I entered university, then IMSU still have that. It's there lah, already established. But I think the thing is like why it is established, established. So I think it is due to 3 factors lah. First thing, like we need to have the self-governance, and then second thing is shared governance, and then last thing is in regards of the political idea or political movement. So during not last time, I mean like if we compare the way or the structure of student union and also MPP or SRC. So SRC is
minded to university directly, meaning we are under university. And then when we talk about the student autonomy, so we are limited to do many things because we cannot even bring the student voices to the higher management because there's our limit. And then we cannot becoming the pressure group because yeah, we work for the university, not we work with the university. So I think when the idea when it comes to the idea of shared governance, meaning like we also the stakeholders of the management of university lah. So we also accountable for the university. Uh, uh, what will be implemented in university and so on. So I think that's the I think main reason the establishment of the union lah.
Okay, mati pula technical issues. Okay, so right. Okay, so you mentioned just now that you are not here when the establishment happened, right? So no worries about that because I believe that everyone that exists during the establishment has already graduated, alright? Because it's already like 4 to 5 years already, unless those who extend or maybe double degree like our friend here.
But
5 years.
historically speaking, we were not yet born when the first student union in Malaysia founded.
Basically,
So
student union existed way before IMSU exists. It's back in 1960s, 1970s.
so we should call it the revival or
Yeah,
establishment
revival.
of unionism in Malaysia started in Iium. So that's chance and opportunity given to Iium.
Yeah, true.
And to those who are watching, especially juniors in their junior years, and you are not yet understand more about the union, it's okay because everyone deserves the first step to be part of big things and to take part in this kind of platform that have many opportunities to give benefits to students and communities at large. So
Yeah, actually, it's a challenge for we as IMSU back then because we were given the trust by the ministry to be the pilot project of this IMSU itself. As it's not IMSU, the student union project. And actually, moving forward after the establishment back in 2020, yes, 2019. Back in 2019, after the establishment, moving forward, we should have a more blueprint project with Ministry of Higher Education for the general model of student union to be implemented in other public universities. But things happen.
when you talk about minister, I would like to interrupt and
Alright, sure.
perhaps I would like to.
You want to ask me that?
No. I would like to ask permission because we have
Sure.
so many fundamental questions, but I would like to jump
Okay,
some question and into this interesting question because he mentioned about how IUM SU establishment relate a lot with the Ministry of Higher Education. And we know currently at the government level, the Ministry of Higher Education is not that familiar or not in favor of union concept, student union concept, as what have been endorsed to many campuses and many other universities. They have once offered to IIMSU to decide whether you want to continue student union yourself or you want to
SRC.
revert into SRC and we will support you. So, as the future president of IIM Student Union tenure 24 and 25, I believe you will communicate more to the ministry in future as soon as possible. If that question come to you again, continue student union yourself or revert to SRC with our support, what will you decide?
So you will get the financial support from the ministry. You will get the public acknowledgement by the ministry. So if those questions were asked to you, what are you going to do? What are you going to decide?
For me personally, I will continue with the student union lah. Because I think student union is the best model for the students to empower themselves. Because honestly speaking, when I was joining too many programs together with MPPs from other universities, so I might say the way maybe they can speak very nice, very fluently, so on, and uh, I say we can see their charismatic character, but then I might say for the experience of the student union is the best model for the student to step ahead, meaning like they take the first step to become someone lah. And then I think Iium student union should be the pioneer lah, or be the model to bring other university to join to follow us. Meaning like we are not following them, but they need to follow us because I think we need to prove to them that student union capable to do many things without any support. Not any support. I mean many intervention of the university or ministry and so on. Meaning like we can stand independently and then we still capable to do many things compared to uh, other universities that they have the NPPs there. Because I might say NPPs in other university, they used to be in that post maybe to help the university, maybe to work for the university, even though they got the money from university, money university provide too many things to them. But then in regards of the student activism, student empowerment and so on, I might say they terbelakang lah. We are far 10 step ahead lah in terms of student activism, student empowerment and so on. Because when we talk regarding the pemekasan mahasiswa, that actually Kementerian, the Ministry of Higher Education mentioned is it's only meant for the governance, meaning like how we want to govern the organization, the NPPs by handling money and so on. But they don't talk about the idealism of the students becoming the ideology of the student union, the student activism. So I might say MPPs provide more elitists, not the student leaders. So I think this is kind of things that we need to tackle as well.
All right. So basically, you have also highlighted actually about student empowerment, right, just now. So basically, that is one of the main reason why not only IMSU but also all the student unions, the idea of student union exists. Basically, we want to have the student empowerment, and the idea back then is actually mainly because of student empowerment. We want to give the student more power, but also accountability itself comes together. Not only autonomy, but also accountability. We need to be accountable on what our action that we do and we take in the future. Okay, so I think the next question will be a bit uh, maybe like maybe like maybe it's quite tough for you to answer as well. So I just give you facts. Facts first. So turnout voters for 2022 and 2021 first lah, during by the Darwish time. The turnout voters test. Okay. Banyak sangat cakap pun. Okay, so the turnout voters for 2021 is 32.7%, and next year during Brother Alif is 32.7, and then 26.6%. And then 2023, zero, because no election, because everyone won uncontested. And this year, I think we yet to get the turnout voters numbers. We yet to get the numbers. So first, based on your observations, why is it happen like that? Why the turnout voters? Of course, yes. For the start, maybe we can use the justification that it's new, the first elections for IMSU. But after 2 or 3 years, I don't think that's gonna be a good justification for the decreased number of turnout voters. So for you, based on your observations, why this happened?
And let me
Okay, sure.
as you say, student union exists for the student empowerment.
Yeah.
If student union exists for the student empowerment. And based on that mathematical statistic and based on that graph, how how come that can happen?
And even and when you say that IMSU serve the student, why the student doesn't vote for the student union itself? Basically, if we see that the union is really working for the students, we should go vote for the union. It's like general election as well. We can see that MPs of our area and also Dewan Undangan Negeri. So we want him to be our representative. We vote for them. We turn out and vote for them. So why is happen differently in IMSU?
Alright, if I may answer that tough question, and from my observation lah, I might say it's not only due to uh, let's say uh, student unions effort to I would say in other way we cannot just say oh the numbers of turnout voters reduced due to the failure of student union to 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 uh, to encourage students to go out and vote for the student, as we said the objective of student union also to for the student empowerment. But then I might see in different way lah. I say many factors on regards of that lah. First thing first, we can see the different approach or we say the changes of method of election. Might say before of election lah. Before this, we for election we go by kuliah, and then for the general seat, and then we move to the office seat, and then everyone's like contesting for the specific seats compared to before that. And then I might say maybe for the uh, ketidakselarasan apa English?
Inconsistency.
Maybe different dates of the election. Meaning like kuliah election this time. So SU election is like our own only. Meaning like different dates, different time lah. So I might say this also contribute to the lesser number of the turnout voters. So this is one of the contributing factors, but this is not the main one. But then when people when we say getting the student empowerment, and then we don't see if student knows that actually student union is work for, and then I believe that actually all officers have been working for union, have put all efforts to work at their best. But then maybe efforts our effort is not resulting in good way, or say students still don't see any significance of the student union. But then I think if we just put this kind of responsibility to one party, meaning like I would say this is the only work only responsibility of the EC election commission to tackle this matter. So I think this is unfair. Meaning like student union also need to advocate students to take part, to participate in voting the candidates, and also kuliah also need to be involved. MRC. I might say all student leaders must be involved because this is the platform which the best platform to bring the student voices. But then we still fail to might say to tell the student this is significant for them in order to bring their voices, and then I think the result as well led to that kind of reducing number of the turnout voters.
Alright, so you raised the issue with regards to changing from kuliah seats to office seats. So I would like to proceed with my question first, Davis, okay? Because it's quite an interesting topic there. So what is your opinion, your views on the rapid and also continuing changes of the union itself? Specifically during this time is about election lah. Before this from kuliah seat, we have then changing to IMSU, we have kuliah and also general seat, And then we change another one is we have general seats, campus seat, and also office seat. And then there's a rumors about changing the method of elections. So what is your opinion on that? And also, how do you see the acceptance of students with the rapid changes happen? Every year we have major changes happen. Specifically right now it's for the election.
Honestly speaking, I have no issue to U-turn the decision lah. Honestly speaking, but then it's not my.
U-turn what decisions?
I mean, like you might say, this is the main factors of the why numbers of turnout voters getting reduced very rapidly lah. Meaning like significantly reduced. So, but in order to observe this, to uh, analyze why this has happened, I think it is unfair if we make our decision by our own. So we need to have the engagement with students. So ask them, be grounded and engage with them. So what do you see? Why you don't want to vote for this union? Why you don't want to participate in the union and so on? So I think the decision should come after we got the survey data from students lah. So I think the students should decide for the union lah, because union is for all, not for the officers that actually work for.
Yeah, true. The union doesn't belong to the officers, doesn't belong to the founding members, doesn't belong to the previous lineup. It's belong to all the students of Iium. Should be like that. Alright,
So, interesting question from Brother Ame and also interesting views of you. So, if I can ask one question, we are in the middle between being innovative to grow the union as much as possible, and also in the middle of being uphold into the legacy or the system made by the union in previous tenures. So between being innovative or and continuing legacy of union as what we can see today, what path will you take?
I think actually you can take both.
You always mix in
No. I don't speak it because we we are not working alone. So I think if we manage properly, we structure the organization properly. Meaning like maybe for few officers, they need to focus on this part, this issue, and maybe focus on the innovation that you want to make. So I think there is uh, no issue lah to tackle these two options.
Okay, I take that as your question to balance between being innovative to grow the union with more ideas and to continue the legacy that has been uh, passed down, being strategized by the founding members, including the university as part of stakeholders that have been contributing to the union itself. So I believe that will be a good point that has been shared by our future president here about how he see the union, the reason behind its establishment, and where it should go in terms of ideas and vision. And we can establish that IMSU exists by the solidarity of its members, by means the students of IIUM, and also the shared governance given by the university to make decision in the university's governance, and it upholds the concept of by students for the students, by the students to the community, by the student to the nation, and what else, so much more. So, in this election campaign, I would like to ask your view. Does these ideas of union being solidified between its members, uphold the unity, and have some sort of common responsibility with the university and also give benefits to the community at large, not only inside the campus. Has the current election campaign played by you and all others who take part of it, does they play those ideas of unionism? And if yes, perhaps you can explain. If not, what will be your call to improve, perhaps? You got a question?
Let me digest first.
Quite hard question for me.
Do you guys understand the question? No. Okay, let me re-establish the question. We have established that union exists for some reason. By means the members solidarifying for the unions and the shared governance, autonomy, independency, power of financial given by the university to be a shared governance member in the university and to give benefits to the community at large as an independent body. So that is some sort of element of Iium Student Union. So in this current ongoing campaign of election, does the campaign goes in parallel of that ideas and vision? If yes, you may explain. If not, what will be your call to all players in this election campaign to improve, perhaps?
Okay. So this is like a trap question.
Every
Every question is trap, right? Okay. For me, I think it also contributes for the idea of the unionism current campaign. But I might say it's not enough. It's not enough, and we need to do more lah, in order to tackle the understanding of the students in regards of the establishment of the union. But I think the campaign period is short and limited, and then I don't think like this is the only time that we need to be grounded with the students and then tell the student, okay, Iium student, why Iium student is significant for them, blah blah. Because I might say if we do campaign massively, go to all the cafes, cafeterias in UIA or kuliahs, maybe it tackles, maybe we only tackle less than 10% of the all communities of the UIA. So I think why I say it need more, because it needs more, because we need to be continuously grounded with the student lah, advocate them what the Iium Student Union is all about. And then I might say for the during this campaign also we need to not only to get the vote but also to promote the clean views of the politics, and might say why the politics campus is needed and so on. But I think the perception of students as well, oh, I won't be in the politics campus, because this is the perception of, I might say this is only my assumption, but I might say student, because I still in few circles of the student, so their views was like, oh, I don't care about this politics campus and so on, because of their perception on that. So I think for the candidates who run for this election, they need to utilize this time to benefits, to take the benefits of this time to at least to promote what is the elements of the clean politics lah, or the mature politics that we need to uphold. So I think that's it.
Yeah, because the union also needs that political will and political strength played by those political circle, and they played it with a good will and good faith. And if not, please change it. And I believe it's also an endless journey to enhance and instill the sense of unionism within all members in Iium. So let us pray and put our effort to contribute more on that path, inshallah. So let us continue. Amen.
Sure. So before I continue with our, I think it's last phase, final phase. Before that, I love the words clean campaign and also mentioned elections. So I believe it's the responsibility of not only you, but also all the students, all the members of IMSU, for the remaining time for campaigning. I hope that everyone, in each one of you, to have a clean campaign, have a mentioned politics in universities, because uh, I've been following, even though it's not that close, I've been following with the current situations of IMSU and also the election situations, the campaigning situation with one group bashing another group. The tension is there. So we doesn't want that to happen to the union. So it's not, we are not moving towards the union itself. We are not moving towards the spirit of unionism. We are, it's just a campaigning period, but then we can see people bashing each other. The tension is there, and uh, don't use this opportunity to make enemies. All right, don't use this campaigning period to make enemies. Okay, so
Instead, use this campaign period to
to unite with each other,
to unite
get
the
to know
union
each other,
members
uh, to fight healthy, in a healthy fight, in a healthy elections. All right. So the next phase.
the next phase, guys. Perhaps before we go into the final phase, I believe it's time already. Perhaps if there is any question, you guys can always put it onto the table so that we can ask Brother Ali. But if you guys don't have, we have plenty.
We have plenty of questions.
So perhaps this final phase, we are entering into it, Brother Ali. This is a phase of, we call it way forward and what's next. We have talked about you, we have talked about the union. Let's talk about future. So Ahmed,
All right. So you have been mentioning about the union itself. First, it's not we have been talking. It's not dependent entity. It's independent entity. So we are independent, saying that we are under ROS. We can run as long as we follow the Societies Act. Okay. So back then, during my term, during the establishment term, during the student union working committee term, uh, we get full support from the universities. And in fact, the universities is the one who established the student union working committees under the Office of Deputy Director Student Development Community Engagement. Right now, it's the YB Deputy Ministry in the Prime Minister's Office of Regions Affairs, right? YB, dah kena panggil YB sekarang. YB Senator Dr. Zulkifli Hasan. Okay, and then from there we have a full support from the rectors, where back in 2019 we presented the paper of IMSU in the UMC, University Management Committee, and in UMC. UMC. So basically, in principle, they approved. So from then we completed all the documentation, we completed the constitutions. Okay, so from there, from that time until now, we've seen a lot of changes from only limited to Gombak campus. We expanded to Kuantan and Pago campus. We open our room, our space to our Kuantan and Pago friends to be part of the student union itself. So basically, the first idea back then during 2019 is the student union is for Gombak only. Pago will continue with KLM, KLMSS, and also MRC there, and Kuantan will focus on SRC. Okay, so but then the COVID happened, and then we have another discussions. So that's why we have the transitions from caretaker, IMSU caretaker, where when you guys look at back at the lineup of the caretaker is limited to Gombak officers only, where one of it is Brother Darwish. So maybe I will use this opportunity to uji sikit lah our member here. So back in 18 March 2020, the first day of PKP, so we gathered the student union important committee and the remaining SRC caretaker members gathered at Wadi Budi meeting room. So at that time, we only have few spots in the student union, where only the president, secretary, me as the president, Brother Arif as the secretary, Brother Yusuf as the treasurer, and we have Amin as the public. Okay, yes, okay. PR at that time, PR at that time. And then we call upon our fellow members. Okay, one of them is our brother Darwish here. We call him, Darwish, are you willing to serve the student in student union? Back then, he was not even part of the member, but then he agreed, even though during the time where there's no precedent. So I use this opportunity to thank you for being there. And I believe this spirit can be passed down.
Yeah,
to the
inshallah,
next
inshallah.
the willingness to serve the student in the union and stuff. So back to my question.
Alright.
So we have seen a lot of changes happen, a lot of improvement, because as what I mentioned during the AGM back in 2021, the constitution is not final, the union is not fixed to be that. Okay, so what is the areas of improvement you see can be done in this organization, in this union, and how do you plan to address on the improvement that you are planning to do?
Okay, regarding the improvement that actually I want to highlight for this upcoming tenureship, maybe in terms of governance, the governance of the IMSU, and also I might say to re-earn the university trust and also student trust, because I might say the image of the union have been taken many scratches or damages now. So yeah, in order to tackle this issue, we need to have the good governance and also clear direction of the union, and we need to be accountable for our decision that we make. And I might say, in order I might say the most significant or the most crucial thing is the student trust lah, because student union power is given by the student lah. I mean, like if we bring our own, I mean, like our officers' voices only, we still might, okay, this is the isolated case, or this is only what you desire, what is you want, but it's not the reflecting the students want. But then if all the students see the significance of the student union, and then they utilize the union to bring their voices, and then they know this is the best platform to unite, to collectively collect their voice, to bring their voice, I think this is more than enough to urge university to tackle the student issue lah. Because I think why university also just sometimes they're starting to ignore student union, because there is no, let's say the numbers of the students who would like to participate in union, or they give I say and effort to support the union, I might say kind of reducing as well lah. Like students see, oh, student union is just a mere organization, they're also doing the programs and whatnot. So they see like, this is another entity, we can join other clubs because this is not our level. But this is not a matter of like they need to be part of the officer or staff member in order to be becoming part of student union. But they only need to, I might say, give the idea or give the might say support the student union, and also participate maybe in town hall, at least give their opinion what's on.
You said one of your goals is to gather or revive the students' trust upon the union, right? I believe we can agree on that.
Yeah.
That will be the
most
the goals on that embodied within all of us here. We want more students, our friends, to have the if they do not involved in the activities, at least they trust, they depend at least on the union, because we are going to contribute by the student for the students, right? So perhaps if I can give example, throughout my time when I hold the Office of Education, we managed to gather more than 15,000 students' response to call university to change academic calendar. For example, 15,000 students.
Yeah.
And our total numbers are approximately 20,000, and it's more than 80%, I believe.
And it's also involving students in Gampang, our CFS brothers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we also managed to gather, I believe, approximately 20,000 voices of students to propose to the university on the implementation of emergency remote teaching and learning.
Yes.
I believe on that time, by that number, mathematically, we have their trust, because their voices is within our paper. And by that voices, there are many policy being decided based on the voices of students.
Yeah.
Many decisions made by the university based on what we represented on behalf of students. And that's why student union exists, because we want to be the policy maker with regard to the student affairs, not only on the education ecosystem, but how we can make a better benefit to the community. So we need numbers. To get those numbers, I don't know what kind of numbers we have as of now, as of today, but to get your dream numbers, what's your plan?
Okay, in order to increase the number of participation of students, at least in our survey, or I say whatever programs and initiative that we make. So I think the first step that actually we need to be clear is we are not competing with other society, meaning like MRC. We are not competing with them. We are not competing with MRC. We are not competing with KBS, meaning like who are doing good job or doing a better plan, better initiative. Yeah, so I think students or MRCC, student leaders uh, who uphold that power, they must be clear. Student union is not mean like, okay, we are the same level, or we want to literally claim that we are the highest body, and then they was like, oh no, we are also the highest body. We are not talking who's the high body, but there's the idea of unionism is we want to unite all the student voices, all the manpowers, the student leaders power in order to settle the student issues lah. So from the experience that actually happened last time, like if we want to make a survey, so it was like, oh, KBS we do their own, SU also do our own, MRC do their own. So people was like, a student was like, which one that I should answer? Meaning like we are dividing the students on that regard lah. So I think this issue must be tackled first. And whether we need to unite all the student leaders, you might say, student union is not. We don't want to take all the credits. We are working together in order to settle things, because MRC KBS they have the limitations, and then they also have their objective, their own way how to tackle the issue. But student union is not just an organization that only made to have the position to be okay for to boost your CV and so on. But the thing is, we need to do more. We need to utilize the organization to bring the student voices, and then say if the MRC and KBS they have limited, so they can outsource to the student union. And then student union also, I might say, the approach that president or the current lineup need to be clear as well, because we are not fighting, and then usually we are clashing with the idea, and everyone's just speaking like, oh, you want to take all the credit, so you don't want you want to say, oh, you are the only one do the works and we are not, and so on. So I think this kind of mentality we need demolish first.
And that's your
Demolish
plan.
first.
That's your plan. And it's amazing because that's the importance of the student union to be the center of gathering platform among students to do more and bigger impact for student affairs and for the communities.
Yeah, basically, based on what been mentioned by Brother Ali just now, basically the issue before this is about first is about communications between all the student leaders, and the second one is about the understanding of the jurisdictions. So basically, if you can and you already understand the issue, and I believe you have your own plan on doing that, I believe in the future, inshallah, it might not be 100% resolved, but I believe it can be addressed accordingly. And for the I understand why the questions being asked by Brother Darwish just now with regards to numbers, because back then when he is in the education office again, so basically he's already said himself just now. Again, so he told you guys his office come up with reports on emergency remote teaching and learning (ERTL) that lead the universities to make decisions based on student voices. Because we can say student want this, student want that, but what are the proof that saying that student want that? We cannot use only social media tweets from X, posts from Facebook, and also screenshot from WhatsApp to be to justify that student want that. So numbers is important, not only with regards to emergency remote teaching and learning, but also with regards to the, if I'm not mistaken, mahalah fee during semester break, LIDV. So during that time, when the universities introduced LIDV without prior notice, and I think it's created a huge backlash among the students, and that's when the union uh, basically during my time, a lot of surveys. We can say almost hundreds of surveys being done, being made during our time for the sake of getting the numbers and to get the proof to the university that we brought student voices, not only our voice.
We say numbers and not that numbers, but numbers here is voices. I hope we understand that. And I believe
Not only that, I have numbers.
IIUM, our university still need it. That's why IIUM Student Union still exists in Wadibudi, because we have voices, and that's what we should do. And so we should act as one.
Okay, so I think maybe last question from
Last question from us
before we get from the
Yeah.
audience here. So this piece is about what's next. So we talk about the future of IMSU. So we can see that from time to time we can see that the involvement of political fronts more and more involved towards IMSU. Even though last year doesn't take part in any of our elections, but this year I can see that Wufi also take part. Wufi has been there before the union.
Wufi here?
Ada Wufi here? Mesti tak nak aku kan? Alright, it's okay. Ada yang kat dalam ni? Alright, it's okay. So basically, yes, Wufi has been there before the union exists. SDA was there a little bit before union exists. Congress exists after the union exists. So whether it's new or old, nak kata old ke? Boleh lah, old front movement. Alright, so from your point of view, what are your opinion on first the legalizations of the political front? Looking at the current situations, looking at the current what you mentioned just now, the clean politics. What are your opinion on the legalization of political front? And the second one, just like I mentioned just now, there are rumors about changing the election method from first past the post to equal representation. Apa the proportional representation? Proportional representation. Okay, so what are your view on that as well? Proportional representation is basically mirror to UK, if I'm not mistaken, UK's way of election. It's okay.
I will answer the
It's
first
okay. You don't
one.
understand about the way how proportional representation works, but how about the changing of election method?
Alright, for the first question on regards of in regards of the legalization of the uh, political fronts. Uh, I've I got this question also when I campaigned in Kuantan. So my answer was back
Oh,
then.
you have been to Kuantan.
Yeah,
Alright.
together with the EC lah, EC campaign tour. So my opinion is simple and straightforward. I might say I have no issue with legalizing the political funds, but the political funds or might say all the political funds lah need to have the framework, and then needs to be they need to prove that actually it's representing the majority of students, and also need to prove that it actually will foster the democracy in the campus, the spirit of democracy. As long as it can be proven, I might say I have no issue. I will cooperate in order to legalize that lah. But I'm kind of skeptical and also kind of worried if the political fronts want to write the union in order to legalize what they want to do, and then they take benefit from the union, but union doesn't benefit from them. So I might say I cannot tolerate with this. So in order to legalize the political fund, at least we need to have the clear framework and then the sustainable framework, how it could benefit for the students, how it could increase the number of participation of the student in regards of the voting, or at least I think the most crucial one is to provide the the, the competent candidate to run for the union. But then I might say currently it's not happen like that. I mean, like we can still see there is many vacancy. So I think, as I said, I have no issue as long as you can prove this, and then you can provide the clear direction, the clear framework, how it could benefit for the union. I will fully cooperate on this.
Alright, from before you answer the second question, from the current situation, I mean, we can see during the canvassing period, even before the canvassing period, when with regards to the union itself, um, do you think that the union and also the Iium is ready for legalizations of political crime? Yes or no? Only yes or no?
Honestly speaking, no.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine. That's all. That's all. Alright. So okay. Thank you so much for the. Oh, nanti belum the second.
Oh, okay. On in regards of the change
Change of relation.
change of relation method, right?
Yeah.
So in order to at least to promote the increment of number students who turn out voters, I would say. Actually, the thing that we are struggling now is the financial issues lah. Because you might say the spending of for election is reducing. You might say before this we spend about puluhan ribu lah, thousands, tens of thousands lah. And then decreasing 15,000, and then until now I might say less than 2 or less than 3 lah. Because before this we got the money, we got the allocation budget from the university, but now university won't channel any funds for the union to execute the election. So I have the idea for the future union student union election. Yeah, we do want to be close to the students. At least they know how to vote. So if we settle the financial issue, I would say we can go all out in order to make the turnout voters increase. But then because of this limitation, so I think the best way now for the short term is apa namanya, online method lah. But then if we manage to tackle this kind of limitations, I would say we need to do both lah. On the ground, F to F, face to face,
Hybrid.
hybrid, yeah.
Alright. So
by going to all campuses and also all kuliahs lah.
all right. So I think that's all for our questions. Right?
That's all from
Maybe,
us, but not yet. Thank you.
not yet. Thank you. So maybe I'd like to sum up about
yeah.
the political front just now. Okay. I believe yes. With regards to the readiness, I believe you understand the current situation more than me. Even though I follow up with the current issues, even though I'm still a student, but I'm not here. You are here almost all the time. Maybe lah, unless you go back to your hometown. All right. So that's the challenge when we talk about political fund. So basically, during my time as well, we tried to legalize the political fund. Where if you can see in the student union working committee members, we have representative from MUFI that time, which is Brother Yusuf, and also SDA, Brother Amin. I believe you have met him a few days ago, right? Awal dia buat kerja. Alright, so I've been labelled, during my time, I've been labelled both. I've been labelled as Wufi members because I've met Brother Yusuf. I've been labelled as
Because of the kopya.
yeah, oh my god. Okay, and I've been labelled as SDA because I always back Amin up. Basically, Amin is my friend since primary schools, so I know him a lot. So that's why when I've been labelled both, so I believe it will be your challenge as well. If even though it will not legalize yet the front, there are already activities by the front, but I believe that we are not here to block or limit or restricted their movement. They can do their work as long as they did not break any rules. Lah.
Their participation is needed,
Yeah.
and as I said, political will, but with wisdom and limit and control. So let us cut short. Let us open for the audiences for questions to our future president of IIM Student Union.
So any questions?
Perhaps, yeah, Sister Aini, who are currently Auni, who are currently contesting for Vice President one for Gumbak locality. So welcome. Please give applause for the first question to our future president.
Bismillah. Alright. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Auni Farhatain, currently running for Vice President 1 in this upcoming election. So, Brother Ali, I am very on board on your plan of restoring the restoring the relationship between the student and admin, and enforcing student unity between SU and MRCKBS. In fact, we are not competing with each other. This is what I just lined in my manifesto. But Brother Ali, I am curious to know how would you navigate the differences, the contrasting differences in strong political polarization between officers? How would you navigate difference of opinion as an officer, and as a president yourself? Would you disregard any concern if maybe your subordinate are from different political friend as you? So that is for me.
I think she should be the moderator for the next election campaign. That's a good question from Sister Auni. Thank you so much. And I think we pass it to Verani for answer. We are waiting for the answer as well. Very good question.
Okay, how I would like to navigate the difference of say the political ideology, you may say in IMSU between officers, because everyone have their own ideology, their tendency to political fronts and so on. My my say is easy and clear. Once you signing up for a union, you are no longer working for your political front. So now you are working, your commitment is only for the union, because political front is the first phase to join the union, meaning like to provide the leaders to join the union. But when it comes to joining the union, no, you are no longer, meaning like no, we put aside our differences, different ideology, different style of working. Put aside of that, we work for the students. We need to serve the union, and then that's it. I think.
I think it's a great answer from you.
Yeah.
So basically, yes, it's true. Yeah, before winning the election, yes, we are from different front, different political background, different political fronts. But when we step into the office, the politics is between the students and the management. So that should be the conditions, the situations lah.
Between the students, management, community, government, global.
Global lah. Basically, what Haris once mentioned, the union should not only be from the student to the students by the students, but as the future leaders of Malaysia, the union should be from the students to the nations by the students, and also as the students of International Islamic University Malaysia, the union should also be from the student to the ummah by the students.
I think
So
that's,
that I quote from what Haris.
thank you so much, Brother Amin, for that quote. And I think we wish you the best with that first step in holding your future position as the president of IMSU to re-establish the common intention and position and capacity of all IIM student union, regardless of whom will be seated for which position. Everyone shall move towards the goals of the union, and that will be the only interest. However, so the fronts perhaps can give a huge contribution in terms of support, check and balance, and I would like to also appreciate and applaud the front for taking part, and they are also doing their activism in their way.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Even
And
though they are not legalized, but they're still working hard towards the union itself.
yeah, so let us open next question if you guys have in this hall first.
Alright.
Brother Ammar, also contestant in this election campaign. Give a big applause. Huh?
Basically, those who ask questions currently contesting.
I think so. Then we might have 4 questions. Is it? Okay, Brother
We are
Ammar.
from the president of IFK SSS as well.
Oh, also there. I acknowledge.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Mafizi. Currently running for the Deputy President 1 for the Combat. So I got 3 questions. First one, what is your opinion, Brother Ali, if they are upholding the motto of university, the guardian of knowledge and virtue? Is that okay if we still thinking that fight and rebel for the management is a good model and align with the motto, vision, and also the mission for this university? That is my first question. Second, my question is, I'm quite interested with your idea towards to solve the problems of financial regarding the student union. So I'm looking forward to your idea. What is your plans to encounter the problem of financial in student union? That's my second question. And my last question is, if there is any chance for you to empower or to improve the union, in what aspect you really want to improve the union? So that's all my question. Thank you.
Alright, because there are so much questions from Brother Ammar, thank you for the questions. I will allow Brother Ali for 2 questions only. Another 1 question you choose to answer in your Twitter. So you can take it and comment, mention in the Twitter for the question that left unanswered.
Alright.
Okay, so I think the first question is regarding the concept of the garden of knowledge and virtue, and how we want to be aligned with that concept with our approach to the administration. So I think few things that we need to be clear. Our objective is not to fight with the admin. First, this is not our objective. But we are prepared to fight with the university if there is limitation or there is challenge there. Meaning like some things like limit us to tackle the issue, meaning like the management doesn't do anything and then they still treat us like a child. So we need to be prepared to fight. But fight is not our objective. And in order to be aligned as well with the concept of the garden of knowledge and virtue, we also need to foster the spirit of intellectualism to the student as well. So any student needs to know. I mean, say we need to revive the spirit of the intellectualism, bring back the academic intellectual discourse and so on. But I believe that the question you are narrowed down to the way how we react to admin, right? So I think it depends on which office that we want to deal. Because in UIA, we have many offices and many departments. And when I say not every department is problematic, and then we can list down which office is the most problematic office, and then yeah, we need to go by different approaches lah. So I think the best approach, the first approach that we will use is the diplomacy way lah, in diplomacy way. But then if there is any I would say negligence or halangan, so we need to be more aggressive. Not aggressive lah, I mean say far aggressive lah. Okay. More aggressive, and if not have it's not give the good result, we need to be more aggressive, more and more. So I think we need to be clear. I know the terms of virtue, it doesn't mean like we need to follow all the decision made by university, or we will be the part to road. I mean, like if we pro admin, it doesn't mean like we are part to road, but it doesn't mean like we are someone like just agree whatever university will be. But we also the stakeholder of university. We need to bring our perspective to university and so on. So I think in the best way, we'll go by diplomacy way for the first lah. Yeah, I think we need to bring back that the kind of the wisdom, the vision.
Yeah, I think, and we must know the art, seni, to hold the capacity as a shared governor in representing student voices and also representing students being a policymaker in the university. We hold that two hats of students and policymaker. So there must be art, and the art must be shaped through the virtue and wisdom, I believe. And thank you, Brother Ali, for that answer.
Second question, I forgot to answer.
Second answer, perhaps before that, is there any question?
Is there any other questions?
Sister Nuri Shabila, who is a strong member of Office of Welfare, Iium Student Union, a good staff member. We are currently promoting her to be part of the union, regardless of which capacity. Yeah, thank you. Please, your question, and we have another one question left unanswered.
Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Nuri. As mentioned before, I'm on quite Office of Welfare. So
thank you so much, sister.
I'm representing my chief of staff, Brother Ifan, who is contesting for the vice president same as Audi.
He was here right before.
He was here, but he had something else to do. So I'm representing him, not from the SDA, but from Office of Welfare. I think welfare should do another political front. Just kidding. Okay, so Brother Ali, moving forward as the union, we aim for sustainability not only financially, but also on manpower situation. As current welfare officer, you know much about the internal of the union. My question is, what is your plan on ensuring our staff to continue working for the union? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister Nuri. That is also, I think, among the most important aspect in governing your student union tenorship. So please answer this question from Sister Nuri, and also one more question from Brother Amar.
Okay, so which one I should answer first?
It's up to you.
Okay, I'll answer Amar first lah. Okay, in terms of the financial sustainability, right, you mentioned. So in order to tackle this issue, I say I would like to go with the financial independence, meaning like we are not dependent on university to get their money or their money, because in some way, indirectly, we could might say sacrifice our autonomy, maybe less gradually lah, because we are binded to them, meaning like we got from them, meaning like maybe they want something from us. But when we independently seeking for money and getting sponsorship and so on to provide for the students' welfare initiative and so on, I may say how to ensure this is happen. First, we need to prove that our capability of doing that kind of job, lah. Like how we tackle the students' issue in regards of the students' welfare and other things lah. So in order to utilize, I might say, to tackle the issue of financial stability, we need to go by different approach as well lah. I mean, like we need to go maybe in political way. We go to the MPs because MPs have too many way banyak. We need to get some for our students lah.
Which MPs, government or opposition?
Both lah.
Both lah.
Yeah.
Lepas selamat lagi.
Yeah. So we should take the advantage to bring in the money for the students lah, and also we should go by corporate way in order to tackle the companies that have apa nama ni? Apa nama dia punya? CSR. So maybe we could utilize that as well, benefits that for the students as well. And I would say there is too many ways in order to bring, but we need to do properly and also utilize it in proper manner lah. Okay, hopefully that's answer your question lah. And then for the NS question,
I believe just a big comment on that financial sustainability. I agree with him. We must strategize various plans, but focus on what we have strategized. For example, our tenure, we plan for business, but little that we know, our most income come from donation. Our income of our tenure is 210,000 ringgit Malaysian, but 90% of that come from donation. So we learn through that process, even though some strategy might not work, but things happen. Every day we try and there might be mistake, but put our best effort harmoniously and together as a team, inshallah.
And also with regard to his strategy to reach and approach MPs, we can look at the model made by UM, ANSU, University Malaya Student Union. So basically, they got a lot of funding from MPs, especially specifically from alumni of UM. So basically, right now we have 6 alumni of IIUM in the ministry. So that's in the ministry alone. So not including the rest of the MP members. So and including also our deputy minister of religion affairs is also alumni of IIUM. So basically, we have a lot of alumni there. So maybe you can use the same model as what you do based on your strategy just now.
And I believe don't put all the responsibility onto the treasurer office. And it's all rounded responsibility. And let us hear the answer for the third question.
I think if I may add more for I think one of the strategy is to diversify the source of income lah. Meaning like we are not limited to the crowdfunding, we are not limited to the donation and so on. We can try another for the business model and so on. But I think the best way is doing crowdfunding and sponsorship lah. Alright.
So as before that, and also for when you talk about donations, you need. This is just I just want to take this opportunity to like advice lah. Good. So basically, if you want to go for donations, please make sure the procedures follow accordingly. Because during my tenure, we create one donation during COVID, and we receive consent from our head of constitutions. That time is Yang Pemasuri Agung. So I have to give menghadap hantar surat lah, kena ampun tuanku semua to our head of constitution. So basically you need to, because we are using IIM name, so basically there's a limitation there when using the university's name in our organization. So this is just advice since you Brother which and also you brought it up. So I just like to take this opportunity to advise not only you, maybe the rest of the.
I think that's part of the art in doing your job. Inshallah, that you will do.
You will experience.
So yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so answering for the NS question.
This is final question.
Ifan's question, sorry, brought by NS. Okay, so I think how you should tackle for the, let's say, to ensure the continuity staff member to re, rejoin or continue to serve the student the union. I think the officers or the office bearers, they shouldn't only focus on how to execute the work, but also need to, say, influence or encourage them by giving them the opportunity, giving them the exposure, how going to help you in which perspective that uh, it could benefit for the union and so on. So I give you the example of ni lah, Office of Welfare lah. Currently for this election, from Office of Welfare itself, including me, so we have 6 candidates from Office of Welfare. So I believe
Applause a bit to Office of Welfare. That's why she said just now you can make your own political At least you have
yeah, I respect their decision. If they want to join political friends, up to them.
at least you have 6 founding members.
Yeah. So I think if all the officers take tackle the issue in the same pace, in the same page, meaning like everyone encourage students. If they have some things like burdening they themselves, so they need to hide lah. Cannot don't show to the staff member. So otherwise, staff member say, oh, I cannot be. It's going to be hard for me in another way. Next tenure lah, because I cannot do how he did or how she did. So I think we need to prove, we need to show in good perspective lah. I may say dakwah fakta is better lah, is good way lah in encouraging people to step up to be future leader. I believe that answers your question.
Because unionism is also perjuangan, like it's a platform for us to fight for benefits of people, and it's indeed amal ibadah lah. So it's about us encouraging others to be part of this goodwill, good faith perjuangan, and I believe that is a good approach of yours. And perhaps, so I think before we give way for Brother Ali to give his final remarks, I just remember one thing. I think it's ironic actually. Brother Ali just now during our session, he mentioned that there's a communication conflict between IMSU, MRCC, and also KBS. All right. Ironically, it's basically I was involved in all those trees and establishments of all those trees. Actually,
Wow, you are the founding fathers.
basically, actually, it's like because back in 2018, I was there establishing officially MRCC, submitting the paper to the Corps Council of Principals, and after that, MRCC was officially established. Before that, it was just a group, a WhatsApp group of MRC presidents. And then during my time, I legalized, and back then I was the secretary of MRCC. And then for KBSC, it's a bit different matters. It's basically during my time as the president of IMSU, I helped them establish KBSC before we and our tenure back then. They want to have their own council of KBS, so I helped them establish KBS, and of course, IMSU, I was there from day one. I might say not day one, actually day two, we can say, because day one, the first day is basically Office of Deputy Director appointed the chairman of MRCC back then, Brother Arif Azhan, the MRC president from Bilal. As the member of student union committee. So, Office of Director give one more slots from MRCC to be part. So that's when I am in the picture lah. Yeah. So I'm not exactly day one lah, but the first meeting I was there.
So talking about those societies, and we have so much more societies in Iium.
Yeah.
We have societies, we have council, we have pride. Should I give a question to you or what?
If you want.
So how perhaps you can give your last say in this event before we give. After this, we might want to hear what Ali want to say. what will you, through those experience, what will you, your final wake up call to those who hear or those who are not yet here but they will hear, which Ali will force them to hear?
Oh, and
Your advice. Okay, please.
so first of all, basically why I did what I did back then is basically student empowerment, of course. So basically, we want the student have their own say, even though it's not limited, it's not 100% will be heard by the university, but we have our own say. We have we can create. Basically, we are here. We are not here forever. We will be working outside. Maybe some of you will be in industry. Some of you will start your own business. Some of you will be a public servant. So basically, those experience use this platform to the best of that you can to gain experience basically, because if you work you doesn't have that much time to gain experience from doing this kind of things. Myself, I'm currently working as public servant, I can say, in USIM, University Science Islam Malaysia in Nilai. So I can say that what I learned, what I did in my learn really helps me a lot there. It's helped me in decisions making, it helped me, even though I'm not law background, not as you are legal background, doing also Sharia, 5 years in Iium, right? So I don't have any legal background, but I learned a lot about law throughout establishing IMSU. I learned about the constitution, I learned about the term shall is a wajib. When the word shall in the constitution is wajib, I learned a lot. So basically, people are always afraid of involving me in basically in all those meetings because I like to voice out. I like to ask questions and voice out with regard to.
So you're the future president of Staff Union in
No,
Muslim,
thank
is it?
you. No, thank you. I think this is my limitation. Given already. Basically, actually, I'm already the president of my department actually for the welfare society. But I will put that aside. For basically, when we talk about MRCC, KBSC, and also MSU, some of them are afraid to put me involved to involve me in their discussions. They're afraid of me because I was the founding members of all those trees. They afraid that I want them to follow what I did back then. Okay, so just to raise up these matters, I'm all for change. If I'm not, there's no IMSU, there's no MRCC, there's no KBSC. I'm all for change. And I always remind, even during my handover to Darwish Daniel, I remind him, don't be like us, but be better than us. So I would like to say to you as well, don't be like us during my time, during Darwish time, during Alif time, during Tasir time, but be better than us.
And
Alright?
inshallah, he will be, inshallah. Our prayers for you, inshallah, and the team. So, Brother Anis, your final say in this President Dialogue session.
Okay, maybe 1 minute. Okay, so I think nothing much that I want to say. I think, yeah, everyone is welcome to join the union, no matter you are experienced or not. And then, as long as you have the sense of responsibility, as long as you have passion to serve the student, you are welcome to the union. Because union is not exclusive for certain people. It's inclusive. It's all. Union is for all. So even though especially for the contesting candidates, even though you are if Bismillah, if you win or you lost, you still can join the union lah. Put aside, I would say malu ke kita kata with kalah with dignity and so on. As long as we still have sense of belonging to union, come and join us lah. You're still welcome. So I think that's all for me.
You're still welcome and you are all needed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
be part
needed.
of the
Even during Darwish time, one he contested with Brother Hafiz, even though he lost during the election, he are there. If I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
he was your
He was my chief of staff.
yeah.
I contest with
Brother
during Brother Hafiz. After I seek the presidency, Hafiz became my chief of staff for the office of president. I think that's there will be always opportunities not only like that way, but yeah, a good call for other
There's
people.
always a way to serve the student through student union.
Thank you so much, everyone, audiences, Brother Ali, Brother Amir, and Brother Darwish for your participation and also willingness to be here and we are having indeed a good conversation. Is it true, guys? Are you guys ngantuk? MashaAllah. This is Iium Student Union. Give a big round of applause to all of us because we are the future of not only the union, it will be benefiting the community, the nation, and let us put all our intention to give the goods and benefits to others so that whatever struggles and challenges waiting ahead of us, it's going to be wasilah for us to have good days and also at least lepaskan kita daripada dosa-dosa yang kita pernah lakukan. InsyaAllah.
Right, so I think best of luck for you,
Best of luck.
the union,
Yeah.
and also best of luck for all those will be competing in next week, if I'm not mistaken, the election night. So best of luck. Winning or losing is like the traditions of the
Thank you, Sister Auni, Brother Iman, Brother Ammar, and Brother Irfan for being here as well. And I would like to promote a bit. This is one article not for sale, but I wrote one article reviving student unionism in Malaysia, presented to Ministry of Higher Education and all rectors or NC in Malaysia with regard to the student unionism. Perhaps in this there are 5 elements I mentioned about unionism. Firstly, activism. Second, financial independency. Third, capacity building. 5, unionism. And 4, unionism. And 5, shared governance. And perhaps I want to hand this over to Brother Ali Karimi to fill in the blank page behind this article. So you are going to write the next episode of the article.
Yeah.
Feel free.
Feel free
to be as creative as you want with the members of union, the current stakeholders of Iium Student Union. Let us all pray for the good and better change for the union, inshallah. With that,
in your own way of the union.
and with that, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you. For all those come here physically and also those who online. How many students joining online?
Let's speak it loud.
8,000
rice. Thank you so much.
Maybe the recording will be shared as well.
Thank you so much and apologize for any shortcoming and mistake. Syukran ala hudurikum, syukran ala husni istima'ikum. Ila liqa. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Jorang tengok kejap-kejap. Lepas tadi yang still